How's it going?
Everything's great today. I'm a little under the weather, so I just said, bear with me on this one.
Well, hey, I feel you. I know I've kind of had allergies acting up, so I'm hoping my eyes aren't like puffy on here or whatever. But I
They're
know
not.
crazy times, crazy. I hope you get to feeling better. You look good. I said, I hope you get to feeling better. You look good.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel okay. Just ready to. I think it's stress.
Yeah. I feel you.
Everything seems to be coming back. Like all the stuff is like resurfacing and everything's coming back. And so it's just been I feel like everything's shutting down again and the mask and all that. So maybe it's just the stress of all that.
I'm telling you, it is. And I do want to say we've got several people getting on. So y'all be sure to say hi whenever you get on.
Oh, good. I can't see anybody. So hopefully they'll say hi and then I can see that.
Yes. Hey, Holly. She just said hi.
Hi, Holly.
But definitely, Ricky, speaking of the stress, so this is what I need your help with.
What?
So I have seriously like the COVID and everything. I cannot stay committed to like working out for some reason. I just can't get that motivation and like the gym. I mean, have you been good about it?
So it's funny you ask because I actually just paused my membership at the gym. With all the mandates that came back out, they decided to like bump our classes back down to smaller sizes. Plus we have to stay in our X's and we can't rotate. And I was like, okay, I love to go to the gym for like, just the interaction. And I feel like it was just like even stressful. And now you have to like sign up to go. And I was like, okay, this is just way too much on top of everything else. So I just paused it until the kids start back to school. And then we just got a note yesterday that they are going to delay that again. So we'll see where I end up when it comes to working out.
I'm telling you, it's been so hard. I've even I need to download, I guess, more fitness apps or something. I need that accountability. Like I'm good if I've got somebody to go with, I was going to 9 rounds a lot and it was just nice. I could say, okay, meet me there. Like you had that accountability to meet somebody, know you had to show up. Like you didn't have to be the one to cancel. So I've got to get back with, I've got to get serious about it. Definitely. I mean, I seriously do. I'm like, okay, I've got to take this serious and get back on track. And today we have definitely the perfect guest to talk about this with. I don't know. I mean, people, once you start to follow Blair, you will realize that she has managed to basically stay fit at home. She's doing it all at home. She gets it in every day. But also then she manages to smile while doing it. If you like the story, she's literally smiling while she's working out. And I'm like, seriously? Like I'm sitting here trying to even get motivated and saying, never mind. She's so contagious, her personality, everything. I mean, I love watching her stories, but her fitness journey is amazing. She truly stays on track. And she's a boy mom. So definitely a busy mom. They play baseball. She lives in the mountains. She has actually even lobbied and fought for more earth-friendly products to bring to people to make sure that she can keep her Colorado mountain air there. But definitely we are so happy to have her today.
Yes, I'm excited.
BLAIR SELLS.
Here she comes. Hey, Blair.
How are you?
Good. And y'all, like I said, it's just contagious, Blair. I don't know how, I seriously do. I'm like, I swear she's sweating and smiling. I'm like, wow.
I'm always sweating and smiling. That's probably the best combo to describe me.
I really am. I'll watch you and be like, okay, I feel like I got my workout in. Blair worked out for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm relying on you, Blair. And you did get your new Peloton. Are you loving it?
Oh my gosh. Yes, it is the best. It took a while to get to our house with COVID. It took, I think they usually are out 2 to 3 weeks, and it took us about 6, but we were so excited to get it. All 4 of us made our own little profiles. So,
well, I've never heard anybody not like it. Everybody that's gotten it have they've fallen in love with it. They've really loved it.
It's hard as hell. We have the bike, not the tread. And I'm like, okay, I bike with my kids a lot. It's totally fine. Oh my God, this is a different beast. This is a totally different animal. So I'm dying on it every single day, but you keep coming back for more.
Well, what have you heard about the Peloton treadmill? That's on my bucket list. I'm not a biker, but I would love that.
I think that one's really amazing too. That it was, and it may be now, but during the first part of COVID, the treadmill wasn't an option to buy because what they have to do is bring it to your garage, your front door, and drop it off for you. So they can't come into your house. And the treadmill has a lot more moving parts and pieces that I think they usually set up right on the spot. Yeah. And without being able to go into people's homes right now, they can't. But I use the Peloton outdoor running part of the app, and it's awesome too.
Oh, that's awesome. That definitely is.
Well, I told Ryan, I was like, Ryan, this is your opportunity to take me to Asia, Africa, wherever you need to take me. This is your opportunity. So jump on it.
Yep.
Jump on it. It's time. Well, we're definitely so glad you're here today. And I do want to go ahead and let's tell everybody, all of our other busy moms watching, tell us a little bit about your background, your family, and stuff like that.
Well, as you said, I'm a boy mom. My boys, I keep calling them little. They're not that little anymore. They're 11 and 8. They're still my babies. But I've been married to my husband, Greg, for almost 14 years now. We haven't killed each other during COVID. Yes. We're hanging in there. And then I have a little mini sheepadoodle. Her name is Nellie, and she's the cutest.
Oh, she's so cute.
Okay, but wait a minute. I've seen that. Is it a girl or boy? She?
It's a girl. Let me see if I can. I don't know.
Not mini. Not mini. Is that what you said, mini?
She's a part sheep dog and part mini poodle.
How big is she?
She's like 30 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
cute. I know.
We live in Colorado, and we just really love exploring our state. So if I'm not on the ball fields, we're usually hiking or biking. We ski a lot in the winter, and we're just outside as much as we can because it's really beautiful here.
That's cool. I love Colorado. I really do.
I'm jealous.
I love going skiing there. Okay,
well, we also know, because we're a part of it, we also know you run a really successful business. And so, as busy as you are, tell us a little bit about why you decided to do this and how it's changed your life.
So to back up just a second, my professional background is in city planning. So I have my master's in urban planning. I spent a lot of my life before Zaya in transportation planning, and I loved it. But with that comes a lot of late nights, council meetings, city hall meetings. Yeah. And when you're raising a family, that's hard because my husband traveled all the time. So he wasn't home. My kids were the first to be dropped off at daycare, the last to be picked up. And that was hard because I love working, but I also wanted to be a mom. And that is, I really, truly feel like that is why direct sales found me and came into my life, was really to provide that flexibility, financial impact with my family, but also being able to be their mom and shut it down for a little bit, at least to help with homework and dinner and things like that. And so my why really going into all of this was just to save some extra money. We wanted to take our kids on a vacation. We were in a lot of debt at the time, and just kind of get out. And that cycle was just really stressful on our family. And I was like, you know what? My kids deserve better than this. Like, we need to figure this out. And so Zaya kind of came into my life at a time where I didn't want anything else on my plate. I also wanted to be busy. Like, we're already busy enough. But I also knew that it was going to provide a solution for my family. And so ultimately, that's why I signed up, was a couple $100 a month. But like I always tell my girls, my teammates, that your why is supposed to change. That means that we're growing. That means that we're growing into our own and into our business. And so my why now that I get to lead a team of over 8,000 reps is to empower women of all shapes and sizes and colors and backgrounds to feel strong and confident and sexy and beautiful, doing the things that we love to do every day. So I'm so grateful for this girl gang. I'm so grateful for you. And everybody that has been put into my life because of Zaya is really, truly a gift.
Yeah, I have to agree with that 100%.
It definitely is. And you are such a strong leader as well. And like you said, even with the success, like what about your kids? Like staying home more now? How have you seen that change?
So it's funny because at the beginning of all of this, before I really started building a team, I was working another job at the time. So Zaya kind of just fit into little bits of pieces of my day. Like maybe 2 hours max a week was all I could devote to Zaya at the time because I was busy with my other job and my kids, and my husband wasn't home. So over time, as this was kind of, I'm cycling out of this other job, going into more into the Zaya world, it's always been a hard balance. Like I wouldn't say that I have more time with my kids right now. It's a different time.
Yeah.
So when I take them to school during the day, that's when I really focus on my business. And then when I pick them up, I'm like, okay, I can focus on you guys for a few hours until I need to kind of get back into it again. So I would say it's smaller windows where we get to spend that quality time together, but it's so meaningful because I'm not pulled in all these other directions.
Yeah. You just you have more freedom to do what it is that you want to do.
Yeah, like I always say that our hours in this business are flexible, but they're not negotiable. So I get to pick my schedule. That doesn't mean that sometimes my kids are going to have to sit and watch TV for a while I'm doing something, but I truly get to say, okay, well now I'm going to put it away and focus on them. And I didn't have that before my other life. So I think this has been a blessing for our family.
For sure. Well, speaking of schedule, and one more thing, I know that you are training for a half marathon, and is this your first half marathon, right?
It's my first race ever.
So, like,
not a runner.
So you really decided to take on one more thing, and I want to know, like, why and how are you tackling all this?
Okay, so I turned 38 the end of December, and I decided we're going into a new decade. 2020 is going to be amazing. Gosh, like COVID. But before all that happened, I was like, okay, this is a new decade that's going to be, just full of new excitement and new chapters and new challenges. And I thought 38 is going to be my best year yet. I'm going to make it my healthiest, my happiest, my fittest. And well,
it's not here.
So I decided to sign up for my first race. And the sad part is that it's scheduled for December. So I don't know if we're still going to have it or not. It hasn't been canceled yet. But at this point in my training, I'm kind of like, oh, shoot, I may just have to run it virtually, which is going to really suck.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do it anyway because I signed up to do it.
And you might get that. You'll get the medal either way, right?
Yes, I hope so.
I've ran one half marathon.
You have?
Yeah.
Yes, Blair. And like literally at mile 9, I seriously was picking up the phone to call an Uber. I was like, okay, maybe they can just come pick me up. Like, do I really need to finish this? Like, what am I going to get for this? But I will say, once you cross the finish line, as sore as you are, and especially me, I guess I didn't train enough because I was coming across like, oh, hell.
Still training like that, so I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I'm
you'll do awesome.
What mile are you on?
Well, I was kind of in a holding pattern waiting to see if this race was going to happen or not. So I've kind of just been running 3-4 miles at a time, a few times a week. But now I'm like, well, if I'm just going to run it by myself, I'm just going to start bumping up my mileage. So Saturday, I'm going to do 7 miles, which is my first time ever running that.
That's a lot of miles, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a lot of miles.
Yeah. I did one too, and then I would wake up on Saturday for my long run. I mean, my stomach would hurt. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. But then, once you start, you can't stop. So,
yeah, no. That is fun. How do you manage though, Blair? Because you stay so motivated. Like you truly do. Like not even just with running and having that, but even like your workouts at home. Like, have you just always been in a fitness mindset, or how do you keep that motivation going, or and give us some tips as busy moms and how we get motivated?
Okay, well, first of all, it's not always motivation, right? That goes away. You can, like Ricky's saying, and not feel motivated. And that happens to me often. So motivation goes out the window. That's where discipline kicks in. This is my 7th year of working out from home. The reason why I started working out from home in the first place was because when we first moved here to Colorado, my boys were itty bitty, and I was so sore, just like laying on the floor with them playing. I couldn't get out of bed in the morning. My husband had to help like roll me out of bed. I found out that I had early onset degenerative disc disease. So that means that my vertebrae and the lower lumbar are rubbing against each other because there's not that like pillowy cushion. So there's a lot of pain in that. And once I started kind of diving into that more and seeing a chiropractor regularly and starting to strength train, that's when I started noticing a big difference in the way I felt. And I knew that my family deserved better. Like I wasn't going to be, 30 years old and not be able to run around with them and keep up with them. And so for me, it's not about vanity. I have no clue how much I weigh, nor do I care, but it's how I feel during the day. And can I keep up with my boys and hopefully my grandkids? And that's what that is. So at 5 a.m. when my alarm goes off, every single day, I don't even care if it's the weekend. I don't sleep in on the weekends. That alarm goes off. I do my workout. It's the 1 hour of the day. Nobody needs me. I have it to myself. It's amazing. I feel great. And then I know that I did what I could do that day to be the best person for my family.
Yeah. So you're doing the 5 a.m. workouts on top of the Peloton, on top of the running. Okay. Tell us what a day. I know. Tell us what a day in the life of plus the business. Like, what does a day in the life of Blair look like?
Yes, please.
I'm pretty basic, you guys. I'm pretty basic. Honestly, like that 5 to 6 o'clock is kind of just my hour. So usually my workouts that I do at home are about 30, 45 minutes. Then I jump on the Peloton, not every day, but a couple days a week and do a ride. On the days that I'm running, I usually just will start around like 6 or so, because then it's at least light out and my body is kind of waking up. So I'll do my run and then get back before anybody is out of bed, before anybody needs me. And it's just that just calming sense of like, okay, I can tackle the day now because I got this out of the way. And so then really, well, you guys know right now that our days are all just crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would think about a typical day when my kids are at school. This is kind of how my day would go. Like usually after my workout stuff, I am with my kids in the morning because they wake up early. They're usually up before 6, around 6. And so that's when we do homework because they wake up so damn early. We might as well.
Blair's like, we'll do that in the morning.
So we do homework, we do breakfast, we hang out. It's funny because all my friends make fun of me that we've had like a whole day before we're even out of bed. Like we go to skate park at 7. We just do all.
Oh my goodness.
And so then they're at school, right? From 9 to 3 or 8:30 to 3:30. And that's when I dive into my work and I don't stop. That's my coaching calls, my trainings, connecting with my online community, things like that. And so I'm very focused. I have my list. I don't diverge from my list. I get it done. And then the rest of the day until bedtime is just family. Like you guys know with kids, you're kind of at practices, running around to different games, trying to figure out when you're going to eat and what you're going to do. So, and then when I put them to bed, because the blessing about them waking up early is that they also go to bed a little early.
Yeah.
Like 8:30 unless we're out late for a game or something. And then I can go finish up my loose ends for work and do it all over again.
So when you set your alarm for 5 a.m. every morning, like you have to like turn it, the alarm goes off and you have to put your feet on the ground in order to get up. Because I mean, I would literally do 15,000 times.
Do you ever hit snooze?
Every now and then, but usually I'm awake before my alarm goes off. So I kind of and wait. Sometimes, because I always set it on my Apple Watch, so I'll grab my watch and hide it under the cover so it's not so loud and just wait for it to go off.
I can't wait to get up.
I don't know. I've always been a morning person.
That's awesome.
I'm a night owl, and I would love to be a morning person because, like you said, your day is like complete before I'm even crawling out of the bed, and so. And my husband always says that, like, you can get so much more done during the day than you can at night if you like fix this, you know? So did you read the book? I mean, like, did you read that book, A Miracle Morning or anything like that? Okay. So is that what you kind of follow?
I
said you've always been a morning person.
Yeah, I kind of always have been, but I go to bed early too. I'm not super fun to be out with on the weekends. I'm always just like, all right, it's 10 o'clock, you guys. I'm like,
I gotta go.
past my bedtime.
Oh God. Well, it works for you, and maybe that's why you always have such a bright and shiny face on, because you've been up all day. So
I know she's like refreshed and ready to, she's already had half a day. When we're here now, Blair's already gotten her workout in. She's done homework, had breakfast with her kids. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, okay, man, I'm gonna have to do lunch here in a minute. Did they even?
Blair, like lunch, dinner time, you mean?
Yeah, 4:30, it's dinner time, silly fine.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, Blair, I know also we know you and know your story, but I know that like recycling and repurposing, I know that is big for you as well. So tell us how that kind of applies to your everyday life also.
Yeah, so actually before Zaya, I worked as an advocate in the cleaner beauty space. And so I spent a lot of years educating my community and my friends on the ingredients in our products every day, knowing how to read your labels, knowing what's harmful to put on your skin and your bodies. And as you mentioned earlier, I actually was asked to speak in front of Congress in Capitol Hill and advocate for tougher regulation in our country when it comes to the products that we buy on the shelves every day. Because the last time that a major federal law that was passed to regulate our cosmetics industry, that was in 1938, you guys. So we have a lot of room, a lot of ways to go to get better products into our country. And women of color especially they're facing a higher incidence of this toxic chemical exposure just because of the products that are marketed to them specifically. So I've always been an advocate of, cleaner living, cleaner, greener, just feeling better about what you're putting in your body and knowing what you're putting on your body. And so even though I'm not working in that space anymore, it's still a huge part of my life and my family's life. So I always say progress, not perfection. And that's why my Instagram is called Blair's Butterfly Effect, because small changes really add up to big results. And just taking more of an effort, not even if it's just recycling each week, or looking into how you can kind of reduce your consumption of single-use plastics. That's big for me. Going straw-free when you can. These are really easy ways to repurpose. Companies like ThredUp, where you can offload some of your used goods.
That's a good idea.
We can always just make an impact on our planet and leave it a little better than we found it.
Well, I love the butterfly effect. That's a great example. Just, control what you can, do little things every day. That's awesome.
Well, I was going to ask you, what are some quick tips, which you kind of just named some, to help busy moms already that want to kind of better their environment as well. But let's start with me, for example. I am not a recycler. I don't look at product label. I would be from square one. What would be the first thing you would say to me as far as educating me on becoming greener and things like that? What could I do?
Okay, so there are, I would say, 3 super duper easy things that you can do, especially if you're brand new to the world of cleaner living. Okay? First of all, check your label. If you see the word fragrance, or if it's fancy, it'll say perfume. If you see that word fragrance, that's a 4-letter word in our household. We do not buy anything with artificial fragrance because it's a trade secret in our country. So companies don't have to disclose what chemicals they use to make up that fragrance. That you think it smells good, but there's up to hundreds of different carcinogens, phthalates, endocrine disruptors that are in that one fragrance, and they don't have to divulge that trade secret. So look for things that are either fragrance free, or they use essential oils for their scent. There's a ton of companies out there that are really going this route. And it really it's better for your body, because then there's no question about what you're putting on your skin. Like air fresheners, candles, sprays, lotions, things like that. So that's a really easy one. Get rid of anything that says fragrance. The second really easy thing that you guys can start doing at home is to switch out your plastics for glass or stainless steel. So we're talking cookware, food storage, obviously stainless steel water bottles, this straws, silicone, so things like that. We don't have a lot of plastic in our household because plastics all have these phthalates, things that will leach into your system. And so even if they say BPA free, that doesn't mean that it's healthy for you, because they usually replace the BPA with something else. So go for glass. Refill glass containers if you can. Like our cleaning supplies are all in glass, and so then you can just refill them. We make a lot of our own cleaners and things like that. So that's super easy. And then third, which is so easy, is just take your shoes off when you come inside.
There you go.
The places that you go every day, you don't want that garbage coming into your house. So those are super easy things. Like we have a big locker outside in our garage so the kids know as soon as we get home, they just take their stuff off outside.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is, and that's easy too. That one's easy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
We like easy tips. I'm sitting here thinking, like, I bet I have so much stuff that says fragrance. Like, I seriously bet I do. I'm sitting here like, oh my goodness. I'm not going to
start with the stuff that you use every single day, because that's going to have the most impact on your internal system. So things that you use every day. I don't know if you use like face wash or lotions or
I'm just thinking I'm pretty toxic over here.
Well, it's funny. Holly's messaging
the longest. Like if you're shampooing and conditioning, that stuff you're rinsing off, okay? So, but think about the stuff like your makeup and sunscreen, things that stay on your skin the longest. And start with there, and just remember, progress, not perfection. Even if you just switch out one thing a week.
Well, Holly is messaging me now saying, Ricky, you were cracking me up with your faces about going green. I'm like, oh, what was I doing? But I know it's because what Robbie just said, like, I'm pretty toxic over here. So
I have on magnetic eyeliner, which is really good with magnetic lashes.
Your lashes look so good though.
I'm toxic, Blair. I've just been informed.
We can get together offline. We can go through all your stuff. We can do a review, and I'll be like, chuck it.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Well, Blair, we like to do our Mama Madness questions at the end, and so I have some little fun rapid fire questions for you that I can't wait to hear you answer. So I think I'm going to add one right now, though.
Okay. Yeah.
What is your biggest? Well, no. Let me think about how I want to word that one. I'll come back to it. Okay, let's start. What's your favorite thing in the closet right now?
Anything Zaya, especially sparkles.
Oh, I love those. Hold those back up so everybody can see. Look at those sparkles. Ta-da!
Y'all, and look, y'all say, hey, Blair, turn around. I am so jealous of Blair's rear ends. Like, I texted her, like, if I had your butt and my husband had to look at that every day, like, I would never get anything done. Like, if I could have anything of Blair's, first it would be her butt, then her arms.
I just want to borrow your body for a day and just be like,
well, Robbie, you're going to have to be less toxic for that. So I'm pretty sure that has something to do with it. All right. So what would you rather be, invisible or read minds? What would you rather? What would you rather?
Reading minds freaks me out. I would not want that.
Really?
It's a lot of things about that.
Well, I think my face allows people to read my mind a lot more than I was hoping. So anyway, you might have that secret power anyway. So what's your best piece of advice that you've ever received?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say, as busy moms, we can have it all, just not all at once.
Oh.
Okay. Breathe that in for a minute.
Yes, I like it.
Who's your biggest role model?
Besides the Ricky and Robbie show.
Exactly.
Oh gosh, you know what? I always go back to my dad, because he started his own medical practice from nothing, absolutely nothing, built it up for 25 years. And he was seeing like almost 100 patients a day, like crazy, in our small little town in Iowa. So he knows the value of hard work. He has the best like bedside manner. I think that's where I get my compassion from, is my dad. And I've always looked up to him for just how hard he works and how he does it with such happiness.
Yeah. Well, it sounds just like Blair.
Yeah, I feel like.
And then Blair, okay, I think I might know the answer to this question, but what would your spirit animal be?
My son Knox. My son Knox is a ball of fire. He lives his every single day with this passion for everything. He dances from sun up to sundown. He never stops talking, never stops laughing. He is, if I could come back to this world as anything, it would be him.
Oh,
I love it.
That's the best compliment you can ever
give. To see him living some of his best life too, right?
Well, I was going to ask you about the green stuff and just say, what's the very first thing that you would get rid of? But you kind of answered it, fragrance. And so then I was going to say, do you wear perfume?
No.
I cannot even imagine. I can't fathom that. But anyway.
I don't wear perfume, and honestly, I don't even use deodorant anymore just because after your body like gets rid of all that stuff, there's no.
You're detoxified.
Yeah.
Ricky, we need
actually, here, let me show you something. And I don't work for doTERRA. I just really like them. But like this Motivate, oops, here, you can see it. This is a really good roll-on. It smells like kind of fruity. So if I want a little scent, I can just kind of rub that on.
I love it.
I motivate you at the same time. See, you left that tip out.
Yes, I love it. Well, Blair, we appreciate you so much for coming on today and all your tips. And oh my goodness, just to be like Blair for one morning. I need it.
Blair, send good vibes. Send good vibes, okay?
Yes, it has been awesome.
I loved it.
Oh, well, we love you. And we totally do. And just so y'all know, like I said at the beginning, y'all can see her smile is contagious. It definitely is. So remember today when you're out, smile like Blair. And give somebody that smile, let it be contagious. And you also follow her. You can follow her at Colorado_Zaya And then also it's Blair's Butterfly Effect on Instagram as well. So definitely check those out. You'll love her stories. You'll get to see her cute little dog and her boys. So
thank you so much, Blair.
Thank you, Blair.
Bye.
Bye.
She is so fun.
I just can't with her. She's always just so happy. Like
I love it.
Lights up a room.
I absolutely love it. She is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So
what are we gonna do about this toxicity?
I know. I was gonna say I was just going to go detoxify myself. I gotta figure something out. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to look. Like I said, magnetic eyeliner.
Yeah, that's
lashes. Like I'm pretty much probably about to blow. Like, oh no.
But you look gorgeous at the same time, so it's gotta, you gotta give and take, right?
But look at her.
I know. And she doesn't stink.
No wrinkles or skin. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh me. Definitely fun. She was awesome to have.
Yeah.
So next week, I know we've got another busy mom, Miss Heather Watson, and about the effects of COVID.
Yeah, so I'm super excited to talk to Heather. Heather and I have just recently become friends through online, and her husband has gone through. He's had COVID, and he ended up in the hospital. I'll let her tell her whole story, but I just thought, what better time than to have Heather come on and talk to us? I mean, she's a busy mom. Plus, she's been living, she's, with the fear of COVID being gone, she's really had to hunker down. And so that's just brought on even more stress. And so she's a really good person for us to talk to, just to kind of get some tips and tricks about the effects of COVID on us as moms and wives, and just kind of see where that takes us. So I'm excited about it.
I'm definitely excited. I think that'll be very interesting. I'm excited to hear all her take and what all she's been through as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm excited. I know. All right, Ricky. It's been a great show. I've loved it. I know. I feel like I need to set my alarm for 5 a.m. in the morning. You want to do it? I'll text you and be like, are you up?
Well, the first thing we have to do is set our alarm at 8 p.m. So North is up at 5. So no texting me tonight.
Okay. Well, as always, everybody, make sure that you are living your best life in leggings. Ricky, what do you have on today?
What now?
What do you have on today?
Oh, look at what I have on today. There's yeah.
The leopard. I love that.
So I'm feeling a little spicy, but I'm not gonna lie, since I'm under the weather after this spicy show is over, I'm gonna probably go lay down in my leopards. So
oh, they
but
look
that too.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Ricky. Well, you definitely have I hope you get to feeling better.
Oh, I'll be fine, but thank you so much.
Yes. Have a good rest of the day, and everybody live your best life in leggings.
That's right, and add a little liquor too. Bye, girl.
See y'all next week.